Hello, my name is Steph. You're welcome to come on in for some inspiration or symbolic support today. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome home. We are going to choose our muse from the book of muses that you guys, as influencers and the audience help steering the channel, have submitted. So thank you. We'll create, drop some ink as a portal to perceive in, and we'll scry for shapes and symbols that may speak to our psyche and psychic senses. We'll add on Tarot and Oracle along the way. And where Mr. Ghosty here is, we have Ghost Tube kick in for any afterlife additions to our abstract and ancient auric adventures. Yes, art. It is art here. Abstract, but it is art. Overall, please do receive or release freely. Once again, thank you for your time, attention, and awareness, as your presence and perspective is powerful. So when you're ready, let's go. All right, so this is a new edition. So these are the muses thus far submitted. Just going to give it a little whirl around like little popcorns. Okay. The link is below if you'd like to become an INK-fluencer. Gray and white clouds with the blue sky. Sorry if the lighting's fussy, but that's where we're going. Thank you, thank you. All right, and I actually got a new book specifically for your muses. Please know you can always fast forward if this feels boring. The power is always within you. Okay. All right. Are you ready? All right, there we go. I see you. I see you. I hope you're doing well. Just a reminder, we're here to create a portal to perceive in, less worrying about making a masterpiece. Always feel well to comment below what you see, sense, or feel, as your insights do deepen and expand the iScry experience. You can drop some emojis, or just give it a heart. I do appreciate you. I tend to get a little lost when I'm creating, so if it's boring, I'm sorry. Almost there. Thank you. Whoops, sorry, Ghost Tube. I didn't mean to schmuck ya. Schmucking the spirits. All right, we're just about there. If you want to start taking a few deep breaths. All right, Brock, when you're ready. I feel like my camera's tilted weird. Sorry. Taking a nice deep breath, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race in the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of anyone here at any time. Gray clouds against a blue sky. Thank you for being my muse, and may we all meet a message with meaning. All right. You know the drill. You're welcome to take a screenshot so you can scribe for yourself, but it is personal use only. All right. If anything stands out.
Keep going.
Yeah, we're going to keep going. Can I just get a little... Can I get a little tilt? There's something about electricity. Communion, coming together, and when there is a coalescence between what appears to be gray that we might imply as like gloom or shadowy, it's enhancing something we can't see. So it's almost like the gray enhances the contrast of, let's say, spirit or whatever it is. Almost like to enhance any sort of white or blue, any other color in the sky.
I want to talk.
We're so here for you. You are welcome to talk with us. I'm being asked to look here. If you're on a phone, you can zoom in, but if not, see that boat? I feel like I am... the clouds are like the sea, and I'm sailing. I kind of feel like I'm in a dream. There is if a peacock and a beaver came together, there's a mother or father with a baby bird learning how to fly. There's a lot happening in what appears to, could be construed as like a veil. It's so valuable. This veil is so valuable. Okay, so I just heard very specifically the smoke screen. The smoke screen. There's a whole world in here that works not only like earthly, like a bird or something we might think of in the air element.
Peace.
Yeah, it does feel peaceful. I'm just trying to debate if I feel like I'm in a dream. And the species that are like moving around and coalescing here just don't have an earthly expression I recognize, or they're so small, minute, or microscopic maybe. But there's a whole world here. Definitely a whole world. And I can see, Scully, can I grab this from you? Thanks. See up here, there's like this large animal on a rock. And there are beings on top.
Institution.
They're friends. They're friendly. I feel like I'm traveling one of these gray clouds, which is potentially, at least in this moment, a reflection of a rock existing, or a stone existing in its air form. But it's just as grounding, just as solid. Okay. There's this camaraderie. There's an angel in here that's appearing, because I feel like I'm cloud scrying. Oh, look at you. Okay, how do I want to step in? You keep changing on me. One moment. Something with very, very large wings. Very, very large wings. But these wings almost look like like when they're flapping, the ends of them, or near to the ends, become like wisps. Like I can barely see them anymore. You know what I mean? Like it's something along that lines. It's so fantastical. It's like that feeling if you felt spirit or the substance of like just kind of graze your skin, or the breeze. And is the breeze the breath of Okay, so I'm back in that smoke screen, and it's like the clouds can be controlled and trained, affected the same way. There's something connecting clouds as an expression of the sky, or different parts of science. I'm not going to try, but there's a commonality with the human vessel. It's something in the organicness, but there's something controllable about it, like controlling weather to create clouds maybe. And this smoke screen could be a value in one way or another, or it could favor one or the other. Okay, there's a gopher right here. I think it's a gopher, or like a hamster, something along that lines. See, and there's like this whip. This might be the beaver in a different space. Yeah, because I'm being whoosh. There's a whip here, and it's kind of like that controllable. Sorry, are you? Go ahead. It's creeping me out. It's so creeping me out, the creaks. And do you see here? So there's a female Yeah, she's female, feminine energy. And then there are 3. You might be a child of 3. There could have been, sorry, this message may be for 1. Thank you for holding space for them to receive it. So there's a mother with 3 children. There could have been some sort of tragedy, and they're all up in the sky together in the clouds. And it's, if you ever look up to the clouds, like cloud scrying, right, and you see the shapes, and or your imagination can daydream, and you think of them, all of a sudden the breeze brings in a scent. They're using that again. It's a controllable but positive thing to use that as a medium to meet you in the realm. And that's kind of why, like, this veil has value, and the smoke screen is it can be positive in nature. But of course, we're going to acknowledge the duality existing, and others will use it to their advantage as well. There's also a dinosaur. When I look at it the other way, it's very protective over this family. You might also feel like you have family that reside in the sky, whatever kind of makes you think of looking up. There is I'm looking at it from this direction now, and there's a little nose. This is a forehead, and there's a looking up. I also feel like there's a lot of water in my throat. Can I just toss you up a little bit here? Like, I might even speak. Okay, I'll just say it the way I heard it. Speak with breath, or maybe something about the breath, gaining breath. Hold on. It's like I feel like I'm talking in daydream. Maybe you're a dreamer and you don't say it, or you hold it close. There's another being that steps forward here. It's like, do you know when, like, the clouds part and like the sun comes through? There's a being there. Something is entering. I'm also seeing that these have changed and these are very large. They're beak looking, but they're not birds. Okay, Cave of Ice. Vast vistas with the nomads, steppes of Mongolia. Look at all those blue skies. And it's, again, the contrast of like gray clouds, but there is a deer or a gazelle in there. It is smoke, yeah, smoke. It's like if the cloud, these gray... So thank you to whoever did inspire us with this. These gray and white clouds against a blue sky.
Disfigured.
It's like being in the smoke. Depends how old or young you are. Being in a restaurant and it's full of smoke, or a cigar lounge, smoking section. And while it can be like just, the puffs everywhere, there's a lot of happiness there as well. Chatting. Yeah, because I can see them up here. Something about mohawks as well. And something about feeling gray, whatever that might mean to you, stone cold or really reserved. And I'm going to use the term, and I hope it's say it compassionately, like lifeless almost. And all of this blue around it is trying to work with the channels of that, whatever those feelings and insights might be in regards to that gray or cold, that I'm not saying something, or there's some emotional energy at work that's being... It's like I feel like I'm trying to reserve myself, and I feel restricted, and I feel like this whip at me.
What do I do?
I have to decide to be brave. and either say something unto myself in a mirror or maybe to a therapist. I don't know what it is, but there's something I feel like when I step into that rabbit hole that I am holding back based on maybe it's a dream or some sort of emotional barrier, and I can see it as a barrier or begin to build that as a channel. Okay, for me to inevitably, thank you. Oops, sorry, to sail. And it's like I want to sail that. There is a witch or a wizard with a black cat. Black or white cat. It doesn't matter actually what color they are. It's just it's a cat for sure. In the Cave of Winds is life force energy, the Messiah in Africa, I believe. Yep. And 36 stability, the baobab tree in Africa. I got to be brave. It's this this life force energy that is emotional. I feel like you might be very loud, and I apologize if it's not to you, but this is, I want to be brave. I want to be brave. Something about root vegetables. Cave of Winds of what I'm thinking. It's like those breezes again. The breezes of bravery. It's like I get these hits of I'm brave and courageous, these hits of life force, and it's coming from the smoke screen veil of sorts, also from spirit, but it's like breathing through your nose so that there's a filtration system versus mouth breathing, and allowing it to go through that filtration system, which will help remove any other controlling contributors unseen. As you were unseen drinking from this pool or receiving from it. So that's, one reason why it's important to utilize the channels of nose breathing. Mouth breathing, just like I'm breathing in clouds, and that might seem weird because it's like, oh, the clouds are up there, but they're also right here. They're just okay. It's like the contrails and chemtrails. They may look the same, but they're not. Cave of Hearthfires, Transcend, and Atlantis. And I like it. Can we just like wide open spaces? Lots of room to make any sort of mistakes that are not mistakes anyway. They're not even missteps. No, they become the end of that wing that I saw. And there's that boat we were talking about up there. Some of you might have connections to. So for simplicity's sake, we'll call sky people, right? Sky. And now where in the sky, out into space, which is also, anyway, blah, 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 blah. To Atlantis, or the beings that occupied Atlantis. Once upon a time. Cave of Rivers. There's a gentleman stepping forward with a baseball cap on. He's like holding my hand. And he's doing this. So I don't know if there's a certain bird you see in the sky, or he has passed on and is in the afterlife. Feels like a dad. There's also somebody now fist bumping me. Now, I'm not a fist bumper. And if somebody did, it'd be awkward for me because I'd be like, oh. But I'm seeing a fist. So I don't know if this is like a bro or a bra. Could still be that dad. I don't know. It's just not the way I personally communicate. So it's like, but I get it. Okay. In the Cave of Rivers is expansion 11. And we were just talking about that, right? Like from Atlantean transcending even our concept of clouds, and maybe not worrying about where they come from, but their integrity, because they're carrying things. Again, through the note, there's something about filtration. I also want to note that back in the Cave of Ice, because this is like right in here, if I could put that card right in here. There's something about observing. And this eagle, is it an eagle? I'm going to say it's an eagle. Is down on the ground. Somebody has a spirit animal that works with the air element amongst this landscape. But it's like training them to deliver messages, training them to help me see a higher perspective without having to climb Mount Everest or having to go to some, magical, I'm not taking that away from it, but to like draw down the power of the peak of the mountain to this moment. That's what that makes me feel like. Peace is on the bottom. Could even be like a monastery or something like that. Okay, so when I wander back into the Cave of Rivers with this expansion, it's like how the clouds can carry, In the Cave of Earth is 33 protection, the Cave of the Hands, Argentina. It's like waving up. Okay, so that fire might represent something to you, and I know we're in clouds, but the clouds, our muses are always a kickoff to soar. They're not meant to be stifling or stay in context, or at least you're probably used to that by now through me. Okay. Thank you. That fire brings in like the smoke, and it's like, can you see me? Can you see me? And now that cloud coverage is smoke coverage. I'm in that smoking area. And there's also been a lot of fires here on Earth right now. Why? Okay, so this is how I'm hearing this. Where is the water? And there's also something about the value of a smoke signal to someone, you would say, in spirit. Okay, we'll add on an oracle card, and then we will head over to the other side, to the flip side. If you're joining us, the link will be below to the extended. If not, thank you so much for being here. Oh, stop, don't be rude. So we have labor and location. Labor and location. See, there's work that hides maybe amongst the smoke screens. Sometimes I might emotionally be nervous or hesitant to express a smoke signal for support, or even just simply it's like that water, like wearing a blue scarf to kind of represent the fluidity of that. And not saying that, I want to just like it's very connected to water and air in here, which is to be expected. But notably in the Cave of Winds, there's so much grounding energy because it wants to connect when it aligns with you. Where was I? There are some things that hide wearing that blue scarf. Oh, that's what it was. Thank you. It's not like I want to wear this in some, like wear the clouds, which is so nice, but it's not like in an effort to just, or even maybe it's your third eye with all the clouds, like the weather, when they say in meditation for that stillness. And then other times it's like, well, let your thoughts go by like clouds. Okay, so let's do that for a moment. And I don't want them to be like, I don't want to rush it. Contrary to what my eagerness may want to see or receive, I don't want to rush it. I don't want to open the gates of my breath of speaking and create clouds that are like whitewater rafting. It may have its place in certain company, right? Invigorating and monster. Oh my goodness. But yeah, in other cases, it can be super frightening to even share that way. So it's like I want to be in this wading pool of serenity. Serenity. Okay, I'm going to head on over to the other side. I hope this did serve, inspire, educate, or entertain. Thank you so, so much to the audience member or iScry sibling. And I say that because siblings are my favorite people in the world. So welcome to that world. For submitting a muse and for being an influencer. I will see you on the other side. You can join the second tier of the YT membership, or you can visit us in Vimeo. You can submit a muse, personal, all that kind of good stuff. Visit iScry.ca. So much love.